I've been discovering e.l.f. products. If you want to see what I bought from the company in the last month, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène, and yes, I have been collecting a bunch of e.l.f. products to show you. None of these products except for one, I think only one, have I used so far, and I am so excited to talk about this brand with you today. So if you're curious, I want to go through everything I purchased, when and why, and give you a sense of all the e.l.f. products that I'll be using over the coming months. Actually, I figure throughout the year 2020. Now, I just reached back into my drawer to pick out the product that started it all. It is a full-size product that I got as a sample from Shoppers Drug Mart, and it looks like this. It's a blush bronzer duo, and I was very impressed with the product. And when I took a look online to see how much this product was, I was shocked at the value. The compact makes me think of a NARS compact. Full mirror, nice, very big size pans. Now, the thing with e.l.f. products is they don't have any information on the package itself. It's only on the box. So I can't tell you how much product there is in here, but I can tell you that the component itself impressed me enough to really take a look at the brand, and I'm happy that I have decided to do so. e.l.f. had a bunch of sales from Black Friday to the end of the year, and I just want to give you a sense of how affordable this brand is. I made 4 orders total. The first one was on November 28th, and the last one was on December 27th. 4 orders. November 28th, I bought 10 items for a total of $28.55. That is Canadian and includes tax. The second order was 4 days later, on December 2nd, because I had regret for not picking up more. And I went for the items that I just had omitted from my first basket, and that was 7 items for $29.05. And I received those 2 orders. So the one from the 28th of November and December 2nd, I received. I was impressed with what I received. And that led to 2 more orders later on in the month of December, when they ended up doing a 60+% off sale, which was insane. And I made an order on the 17th of December for 9 items, and then on the 27th of December for 8 items. The 9 items was $22.15, and the 8 items was $27.95. The grand total of all the items that I have to show you is 34 items for a total of $107.70. $107.70 for 34 items. The average cost per item is $3.17 each, Canadian, tax included. And that's shipping and everything. Like, there's nothing else as far as cost. To me, that is a huge game changer. And having a feel for what this was before my first order, getting my first 2 orders and seeing that this was consistent across the products from the first 2 orders, I was sold. I was sure that I would not regret the purchases. And with just over $3 for each one of the items I picked as an average cost, even if something doesn't work out for me, the risk is so low. And it's also low for the amount of product that you purchase. If something doesn't work out for you, you haven't bought a gigantic bottle of whatever to get the value. You get the value up front. At least that's the impression I have with the brand. Now, I ended up with 4 boxes, and I only have 2 to show you because I just amalgamated the orders into 2 boxes as opposed to 4. And I want to talk about the boxes here for a second. So the neat thing about the e.l.f. box is that it has a kind of a a rip band here, and the box is extremely well built. It almost makes me think of a shoebox that is sealed. When you open up the first layer, so this would be the first layer, there's another layer, another flap protecting the product again. So you've got these two here opening up, and then this way as well. So it is, the product inside is extremely well protected, which I'm amazed at. And the bottom of the box, I can show you maybe at the end if I remember, the bottom of the box also seems to have air between two sets of cardboard. So your product in the box is not likely to get damaged, crushed, mishandled, really. It would take a lot for the products to be mishandled. I have purchased a lot online. As far as cosmetics, I have never seen packing as good as the E.L.F. product, and I've purchased from very high-end type of products, brands. I'm just amazed at what they've done. So this is, I'll show you the inside of the box. This is a set of 2 orders that I have in this one, and this would be my first 2 orders that I placed with E.L.F. And I did mention a total of 34 items, but I believe 7 items so far have been passed on to family and friends. So sometimes I was buying 2 of something because I wanted to gift it to somebody, and I waited to do this video, but didn't want to wait to gift the items to folks, especially since it was the holidays. So a couple of eye primers have gone, a brush has gone, some powder has gone. Anyway, that I just wanted to say that you won't see 34 items in here, but as I remember, if I can remember, I will let you know that I passed an item on to a friend or acquaintance. Okay, I've talked enough. Let's get into the product and why I purchased them. Now, this box is, the orange box I just showed you is the oldest of the 4 orders. Let's start off with this big box here. Let's do the skincare first. So this is the Daily Face Cleanser, and I'm very excited to try this. It was $4 or less, I think. It was a ridiculously cheap price. I don't have the packing slip, unfortunately. And you know what? I'll put the price of everything on the screen as I go, and that's going to be the Canadian price. So this is a full size. I mean, it's 150 ml. It's quite a bit of product. I don't think it has a smell. Oh, it's sealed. Hang on. It has like aquatic smell. Just it has a very clean smell, and it's a flip up cap and just very typical packaging for a cleanser. Very excited to try it because the price is definitely right on this one. And along with the cleanser, I also decided to try their toner. Keep Your Balance Hydrating Toner. So I wouldn't mind doing that. And it's with hyaluronic acid, aloe, and witch hazel. So I'm very curious to try that. And this one is also 150 ml. I also decided to try, because we're in the dead of winter, this Nourishing Facial Oil from E.L.F. Of course, it's all from E.L.F. I don't know why I'm saying that. And this is 15 ml, which is not atypical for an oil, but thought I would try that because the price was amazing. I think this is the last of the skincare stuff. Well, we're getting into makeup. This is the Makeup Mist and Set, and it is I think the larger bottle. It's 120 ml. It says 2 times the original, so I think it's the bigger bottle. And it looks like this, and I'm very excited to try it. I think it was $4. Not a lot of money for a relatively sizable, 4 fluid ounces. It's a relatively sizable setting spray. And now for this one, I ended up getting the Poreless Putty Primer, and there is how much in here? 21 grams each of this Poreless Putty Primer, and it was so cheap. It was half off. And I heard good reviews about it, so I decided to give it a shot. And this is what it looks like. I like the clean lines of the E.L.F. brand, I really do. And the putty looks like this. 21 grams. And I decided to, well, first off, buy 2 because it felt like it was so cheap. And again, the reviews are good. And my decision here is to try it against the Tatcha because it seems to be identified as a dupe for Tatcha. Now, I do know that I like this one from Tatcha. And I have a deluxe sample here of it. And the Tatcha looks like this. So I'm planning on pitting them against each other and seeing if there's one or the other that I like better. Obviously, the Tatcha brand is very expensive, so I would love for E.L.F. to end up being on top. But I can tell you I will be doing this experiment sooner than later, testing these two against each other. I'm really excited about that video, I can tell you. Next up, we'll talk about powders, and here I have the tone correcting powder. And this, I think, was, again, $4. It's in that beautiful packaging where I showed you that blush and bronzer combo. It's the same kind of packaging. So the box and the actual packaging inside. Now, it's a bit tough because you can't see from the outside what's in it. So I could see that being a little bit of an annoyance. And again, that full mirror and the 4 correcting powders. I'll be comparing this product that is $4 to another product that I think was around $4 from E.L.F. and against a product that is over $70 from Guerlain to see if this pressed powder works as well as the beads and if the beads, if this works as well as also the expensive ones. So a lot of comparing there to do as well. Speaking of, here are the mineral pearls, they call them. I think, again, that this was around $4. And here is the packaging. Now, the beads themselves, I didn't open anything, but it looked like there was not a whole lot of beads in the packaging. But let me just open it up and see how much it fills it up. It's definitely a small amount. But when you're trying out something, I don't mind the fact that it's a small amount of product. I think it's less wasteful, at least the first time. Okay, it is better than I thought. It's a little bit more full than what I thought. And we have to be careful with these. They tend to want to hit the floor. And I have a feeling it's going to be very similar to the Guerlain. And let me just show you what I'm comparing it to. This is what I'm comparing it to. Now, of course, the container is much prettier, but it should be because I paid, I think, 77 Canadian before discount on that one. It has a little cushion here. And of course, there is a lot more product in here, but it's just to give you a sense of what I'm comparing to. And the colors look very, very similar as far as the powder colors. And the Guerlain pearls have scent, whereas these really don't. So far, I'm very happy. And one last powder product, and this is the HD powder. And I did buy a second one of these for a girlfriend of mine who was reluctant to use a banana powder, and I knew that it would help her, the blue tones on her under eye. So I finally just purchased it for her so that she could try it out. And again, the sleek packaging, which I really appreciate. It's a very cheap plastic, but for the price, it's amazing. I'm very happy about it. It has a puff inside. And I won't open it up, but it has the protector here, and so obviously a sifter. And it looks really, really good. It looks like, oh, okay. So it looks like the cap can be removed, but you can have the box right in my lap here. It looks like you can twist the cap as well. So maybe making the powder available or not. Yeah, that is great, so that the powder doesn't go all over the place, especially if you're traveling or whatnot. You can control whether the powder can get outside of the sifter. That's fantastic. Okay, so here we go. And this is, it doesn't say, that's the problem. On the containers, it doesn't say how much there is. This is 8 grams of product. And the pearls is 15.1 grams of product. And I don't remember if I told you how much there was in those, what's it called, tone correcting powder. There's 13.5 grams in this compact. Another product along with the HD banana powder that, what do they call it, correcting? HD powder corrective yellow, is that I also got my girlfriend a brush to be able to apply the powder, and of course I got myself one too. And it's a domed powder brush, and I'm very excited to give it a shot. It looks beautiful, and I think it was $4 or $6. It was a really great price, which is why I picked it up. And here are the last 2 items from this box. I actually had purchased 4 of these. One of them I already have open in my drawer for everyday makeup. I have tried it. I really like it. It's very tacky and really clings on to metallic and glittery shadows. It is the E.L.F. Glitter Primer. I'm so impressed with this so far. Like I said, I have one open. This is my backup because it was $2. Amazing. And it has a total of 10 ml or 0.34 fluid ounces. $2 for a glitter primer. Hello, I was all over this, and there's a reason I bought 4. It was just such a good deal. And the final product is another brush, and it is the Detail Crease Brush. And I was excited about it because of the small size of the crease brush. And I don't have any brush this size for the crease at all. And there's a little snip that I have to do. I don't know if you can see, there's a little hair sticking out, so it wasn't quite cut properly. But I do like the idea of having a crease brush where I can have more precision. So this is definitely going to go in my everyday eye shadow brushes kit. So that is it for the first box, and we're going to get into box number 2. But here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to split this video in 2 parts because I don't want it to be too long. So watch out for part 2. I'll go through the second box in that video, and I cannot wait to wrap up with you at the end of the second video. So that is it for part 1. Thank you so much for watching this first part. I appreciate your time and attention. I hope you'll stick with me for part 2. But for now, I'll say take care and see you in the next video.